One of my favorite parts of the offseason here. Laughing at the annual list of off-season champions. The list changes a little bit from year to year. Now, there have been some fan bases that are on this list year after year after year, and we got one or two that are on the list again this year, but this came up on the morning show this morning, so I decided to make a video about it. But top 5 list, top 5 time. The 2022 off-season champions this year. Let's see, where are we going to start? I don't know if, will this be in any particular order? I guess we're not going to really put this in any particular order, I guess. We're just going to name the top 5, okay? Let's start with a new one to the list. A new team, the Florida State Seminoles. Shout out to the Seminole fans. Y'all are winning it all next year, aren't you? Florida State's going 100-0. Boy, you better check the comment section. Check Twitter. Check your social media. Florida State's back. Back to what? I'm not so sure. But according to the Seminole man on the internet, they're winning the national title next year because why? They went 9-3 last year. That's why. And didn't beat a single ranked team, did they? I don't maybe they did they beat one ranked team? I don't know. I know they lost to Clemson, North Carolina, and Wake Forest. But hey, those are 3 elite programs there, Seminole man. So there's no shame. Yeah, you went 9-3. Look, Florida State's got a lot coming back. And in the defense of the Florida State man, there's a lot of people, myself included, who've got Florida State rated pretty high heading into 2023. I've got them in the top 10. But Florida State ain't winning no national title in 2023. This is a clear case of a fan base declaring themselves off-season champions, declaring themselves champions in the offseason. Florida State's not winning a national title in 2023. I do think Florida State is in a better position right now than they have been in a long, long time, probably since 2014. But they're not as good as they were in 2014. They're not. They got Jordan Travis coming back. They return a ton of production on offense. They did good in the transfer portal, and they play in the ACC. And let's be real, the ACC is not exactly a juggernaut of a conference right now. Clemson is still pretty good. Some of the other teams that have been good over the last couple of years are likely taking a step back. NC State loses their quarterback, Devin O'Leary. Wake Forest loses quarterback, Sam Hartman. Clemson, I think, will be good again. North Carolina, Drake May comes back, but their defense was horrendous last year, and they lose almost every single wide receiver they had on the team last year. So while I think Drake May is really, really good, who's he going to throw the ball to? So, Florida State is going to be good. But we need to pump the brakes a little bit, White Tonto. Y'all aren't winning a national title in 2023. It's not happening. It's just not happening. You have to play, you play LSU early in the season. We'll know a lot more about you then. And then you got to run through your conference schedule, then, win a conference championship game. You'd probably have to play and or beat Clemson twice in order to win the ACC and potentially make a playoff. I just don't see it happening for Florida State this year. And that's not really to knock on Florida State because, like I said, I've got them in my top 10. I think they're a legitimately good team. But right now, only 4 teams can make a college football playoff, and Florida State just ain't going to be one of them. They're just not. Sorry. So you make this year's top 5 list of fan bases declaring themselves champions in the offseason. Welcome, Florida State, to the offseason championship parade. Don't worry, you joined some illustrious fan bases here. Let's see, who's next on this list? Another team that's been absolute garbage pretty much until last season, Southern Cal. Southern Cal, congratulations on your offseason championship, Trojan man. Oh my God, you got Lincoln Riley. You got a Heisman caliber quarterback. Mind blown again. These 2 things couldn't be more obvious. We all knew that's what you were getting when you got Lincoln Riley. You know what we also knew you were getting when you got Lincoln Riley? No defense at all. And that's exactly what you have, Southern Cal. You found out last year. You're going to put up a ton of points and you're going to outscore the majority of the opponents that you play. But a couple of times a year, that defense is going to let you down and cost you a game. And that's what happened last year. You had a chance to make the playoffs last year. Didn't do it. Why? Defense couldn't make a tackle in the second half of the Pac-12 title game. You then go out in a New Year's Six game in the second half and give up 100 points and 1,000,000 yards to something called the Tulane Green Wave. Absolutely unacceptable. How does this make you feel, Trojan man? Huh? How does that make you feel? Should I take Southern Cal off the top 10 shelf and just replace it with Tulane? Is that what I should do? That's probably what I should do. But I'm not going to do that. Don't worry. Southern Cal, you're not winning a national championship this year. In fact, not only are you not winning a national championship this year, you're never winning a national championship with Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch. Never, ever, ever. I don't care what you get in the transfer portal. I don't care how many points you score offensively. You'll never have a better offense than what Oklahoma had in like 16, 17, 18, and 19, whatever it was, when they had 2 or 3 Heismans in a row with Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, that run of QBs, the points they were putting up, the wide receivers and running backs that they had. You're never going to get to a point offensively where you're so much better than that defense doesn't matter. Sorry, it's just the reality of the situation. You brought in Lincoln Riley. He chose to bring Alex Grinch with him as defensive coordinator from Southern Cal. You were excited to get Lincoln Riley because of what he had done with quarterbacks in the offense at Oklahoma, and that's what you got. You also got the same defense that Oklahoma had under Lincoln Riley, which is one that is piss fucking poor. In fact, the only reason Southern Cal was in, well, there's 2 reasons Southern Cal was even in position to make a playoff last year. Number one, of course, the offense. And you're always going to have a great offense under Lincoln Riley. You're never going to hear me come on here and say that Lincoln Riley is a terrible head coach. He's going to go 500. No, Lincoln Riley is going to have a really good team every single year. They're going to have one of the best offenses in college football every single year. And they're going to have a defense that shits down its own fans' throat every single year too, though. So you got that, and you're also going to get the terrible defense. But the only other reason you even were in an opportunity other than your offense last year to make the playoffs had you won the Pac-12 title game is because through some weird anomaly, you led the country in turnover margin. As bad as Southern Cal's defense was, every single bounce of the ball went Southern Cal's way last year. That's not repeatable. It's just not. There's too much luck involved in turnovers. 50-50 balls that Southern Cal comes down with defensively instead of the other team. A fumble that bounces this way instead of that way. There's just too much luck involved in turnovers. You're not going to repeat that year over year. The amount of turnovers that Southern Cal forced last year compared to the number they gave away was just insane. That's the only reason you were even in that position at the end of the year. But like I said, not even that was enough. You shit the bed against Utah in the Pac-12 title game, and you went and did the same against Tulane in a New Year's Six. You're not winning the national title this year. You're not. There's a chance you'll win the Pac-12. There's even a chance you'll make the playoffs, although I think it is unlikely. I don't think anybody from the Pac-12 is making the playoffs. There's too many good teams. The Pac-12 is a good conference. Southern Cal may be the best of the bunch out there, but I don't know if Southern Cal is good enough to run the table with 1 or less losses to make a 4-team playoff. I really don't. Oregon's going to be really good. Washington, Utah, UCLA, Oregon State, Washington State. These are all competitive teams that on any given day could beat Southern Cal. And if Southern Cal loses 1 or 2 along the way, well, they're out of the playoffs and have no shot at the national title. Even if they make the playoffs, though, they're not winning a national title. I'd be absolutely shocked if Southern Cal, with that defense under Lincoln Riley and Alex Grinch, even won a playoff game, never mind won a second playoff game, which would then give them a national title. Not going to happen. So Southern Cal running around declaring themselves champions in the offseason. Y'all are going 100-0. Yeah, whatever. The rest of the college football world understands reality. I guarantee you, Southern Cal fans, the whole time Lincoln Riley was at Oklahoma, I guarantee you they were laughing at that defense. And I guarantee you every single season as the year went along and Oklahoma was 1-0 and 2-0 and 3-0 and 4-0, I guarantee you Southern Cal fans were saying the same thing. Oh, yeah, they're 4-0, they're 5-0, they're 6-0, but they don't play nobody. And all the guys on offense ain't got no defense. They're going to get in the playoffs and get beat like they always do because Lincoln Riley ain't got no defense. Yeah, you know why you were saying that? Because it's 100% accurate. Dummy! And now you're acting like none of that happened. Offseason champions, Southern Cal. You're not winning a national title in 2023. Who else is on this list? Oh, I got another new team to put on this list. This team has been declaring themselves, in fact, the next 2 teams I'm going to talk about have both been declaring themselves champions in the offseason for pretty much as long as the internet has existed, at least as long as YouTube has existed. One of these teams has been right a lot. The other has never been right and never will. Again, we're going to start with the one that has been right a lot, but they're not right today. Alabama, welcome to the offseason championship parade. Alabama fans run around every offseason acting like they're going to win it all. And there's been years in the past where it came true. Not this year. This is unbelievable. Last year was the pinnacle of the offseason championship parades when it comes to Alabama, right? They had made the national title game the year before. Of course, they got drubbed by Georgia 33-18, lost. But we're getting Bryce Young back, woo. We're getting Will Anderson back, woo. Loaded. Most talented team we've ever had, woo. Bringing in Jahmyr Gibbs from Georgia Tech, woo. Hey, we got Jermaine Burton from Georgia, woo. Hey, Dallas Turner, woo. Henry Toto, woo. We got a guy playing defense named Kool-Aid, woo. We got a safety named Branch, woo. Most talented team, Nick Saban, 18 titles, Bear Bryant, woo. We're winning it all in 2022, woo. Well, you didn't even make the playoffs. Dummy! You didn't even make the playoffs with the best team you've ever had. Now here you are in the offseason again, running around, acting like you're going to be the kings of college football in 2023. You're not. It's more likely you don't even win the West than it is that you win a national title in 2023. You don't have a single quarterback that anybody wants. Not one. Jalen Mildew is horrendous. The guy can't complete a pass from here to that South Carolina helmet right behind me. He's horrible, but he can run around, woo. Yeah, hey, Alabama man. Hey! Alabama man. Go back and read every single comment you said last year about Anthony Richardson, because that's what you have in Jalen Mildew. Only difference is Jalen Mildew can't do backflips, and he's not quite as good as Anthony Richardson, who wasn't any good at all. Well, we got Ty Simpson, woo. Great. And I'm Homer Simpson. Whoopity fucking do. You lose Will Anderson, you lose Bryce Young, you lose Jahmyr Gibbs, you lose Henry Toto, your leading tackler for the last 2 years. Now, Alabama man's going to name all these players and talk about how talented. Yes, we know. You're talented every year. You're the most talented team in the country every single year. Didn't help you last year. Didn't help you the year before. Ain't helping you in 2023. On top of that, you've got 2 brand new coordinators. Nick Saban is still on an all-jello diet. This guy's brain is just bouncing around inside of his empty skull. It's bouncing off his cranium in there. He doesn't even know what color jello he's eating anymore. 2 new coordinators. Alabama's not winning the national title in 2022. So Alabama, as far as I'm concerned, Alabama man, Alabama fan, when I read all your comments about how good you're going to be this year and how you're going to own college football and how you're winning the national title in 2023, it's no different to me when I read you type that than it is when I read the Florida State man type it, the Southern Cal man type it, or the next team on our list, a perennial, a permanent fixture in the offseason championship parade, the Tennessee Vols. There's no difference anymore between Tennessee man and Alabama man when it comes to reading comments. They're saying the exact same things, and their teams are going to deliver them the exact same thing, which is absolutely nothing. Tennessee, you're not winning a national title in 2023 or 2024 or 2025. You're not winning a national title anytime in the foreseeable future. Hashtag 1998, you stupid inbred butt-chugging dummies. It's just not happening. I don't care how mad you get about 1998. It's going to live forever. You're not winning a national title in 2023. You had a good season last year, and that's what it was. Good. Not great. Not elite. Not good enough to make the playoffs. Not good enough to win your division. Not good enough to win the conference. Not good enough to beat South Carolina. You lose Hendon Hooker, you lose Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, Joe Milton will be good. He'll put up great numbers. A lot of the same things you say about Lincoln Riley and Southern Cal, you can say about John Hopeful, the head coach at Tennessee. Isn't that his name? John Hopeful. You can say the same things about John Hopeful. Tennessee acts like defense isn't real. Tennessee acts like defense is optional. You know, the gimmick offense that they run, hurry up to the line of scrimmage, Try to run as many plays as we can in as little amount of time as you can. Hope you can snap the ball while the other team's defense is still laying on the ground from the play before. And if that happens, you're able to trick people enough times a game to get over the top and score touchdowns on them. Not going to work. Not in terms of winning a national title. Sorry, you're going to have to come up with a legitimate offense, and that involves talent, something Tennessee doesn't have. They don't. What about Nico? I'm about to leave you. I don't give a shit about Nico. I'm about to leave you. In fact, I couldn't care less about him. The guy weighs 162 pounds. He looks like an uncooked spaghetti noodle. I'm not worried at all about Nico. I'm about to leave you. Nor am I worried about Joe Milton. Well, about Tennessee's going to go out and score 45, 46, 47 points a game, woo. Yeah, you did that last year, dummy. Congratulations. You got blown out by Georgia. Couldn't beat South Carolina. Didn't win your division. Didn't win your conference. Didn't make a playoff. 1998's going to live forever. What's also going to live forever? Tennessee fans in the comments section in March, April, and May talking about how they're winning it all this year because they do it every single year. Now, there is a difference between the comments Tennessee man is making this year versus the comments they've been making every other year since YouTube was invented back in 2007 or whatever it was. This year will be even sweeter for people like me, non-Tennessee fans. Because y'all actually believe the dumb shit y'all are saying this year. See, that's the difference. Y'all actually fucking believe it. Tennessee really thinks they have a national title caliber team. Like, they're not bullshitting. They're not making it up. They're not trolling. They're not just getting excited and optimistic because it's the offseason. These dummies actually think they have a chance to win the national title. This is how deranged and delusional the mind of the Tennessee Tard man has become after the last 25 years worth of beatdowns that they've received at the hands of college football. You're still talking about a team and a program here who hasn't even won their conference since last century. Last century. The best thing Tennessee man can do, and honestly this applies to just about every team I've talked about today. In fact, it does apply to every team I've talked about today. So, Florida State, Southern Cal, Alabama, and Tennessee man. The best thing you nitwits can do is go to sleep and wake up when college football gets a 12-team playoff. Because none of you deadbeats are making a 4-team playoff ever again. Have a great day.